Hello everyone and welcome back to the Painted Springs Garage. Today I am here with my wife's minivan, which is a 2008 Town and Country, and it has a problem where the power door lock on the driver's door does not lock and unlock with power. You have to push it down manually. You can use the key to unlock it from the outside, but the power lock doesn't work. So I've got a new door latch assembly here that needs to go in the door. And it looks like it's the right part. At least it looks like it bolts in properly. You can see it's got 3 bolts there, and it's the same shape. You can see where the bolts go. So this should work. And on the back side here, it's got quite a few different rods that would clip onto it. It's got a power connector here at the top. Let's see, can you see that? Yeah, there's the power connector. Then it's got this green spot here for a rod, a couple kind of red, pink spots over here. So what is that, 3 rods and a power connector? So let's go ahead and get this door panel off the door here. Then we'll see how to get those rods off and the connector, get this guy installed. Alright, so we got the door cover off here and open up this access flap, but I think what we're going to do is take this whole black bracket off of here so we can more easily access the latch over here. And looking at this, we've got the one rod for the lock, this is the cable for the inside door handle, and there's going to be another something, cable or a rod for the outside door handle also. So I bet those are our 3 rods that connect to the latch. But I got a couple things to take off of this inner door panel, I guess. Then we can take this panel off, and that should give us pretty clear access to the latch here. One other thing I'm going to do is plug our window switch back in. Right now I got the window down. I'm going to put the window back up because I'll bet that the window being down is going to block some of our latch access. So let's get that apart, or get the window up, get this apart, then we can get to that latch. Well, I think I'm close here to having this apart, but this is a strange design because, again, the latch is here, and there's actually 4 different things that connect to it, plus the electrical connector. And there's some plastic in here that's probably there for water control or something, because you might have some water coming in, up here when you go through a car wash or it's raining. But you can't get to a couple of the clips you need to release because that plastic's right in the way. So I think what you have to do is unclip the 2 that you can get to, which I have. Then loosen the latch here, take those bolts out, and then pull this whole panel off with the latch still connected to the other 2 things, like this, and something else in there. But to get this panel off, you have to take the speaker out, which I've done. You take the window motor out, which I've done. I taped the window here so it can't fall. And disconnected, there's 4 bolts that hold the window regulator to the back side of this panel. But then there's an electrical harness that comes kind of across the door here. You got to unplug all those things and let it lay here. So I think now, if I take out those 3 bolts on the latch, then all of these bolts around this thing, that I'll be able to get this whole panel off with the latch kind of attached to it. So very strange design, but let's get this panel off and see what it looks like. And now I've got this panel on the ground, and here we can see the latch. Also you have to really kind of snake your fingers, back through here to get in here to unplug this electrical connector. Then on the other side of this, there's 2 of these little tabs that you have to take off or release those to get the rods out. So 2 rods stay in the door. But then once you have it out, this one here for the lock soldier, that one you can only get to with this assembly out. And then this is the cable for the inner door handle. That one you can also only get to with the latch, with this assembly out of the door. So let's take those last two off of there. And then somehow this deal releases from this. And yeah, we'll get that off of there and start putting her back together. This is a strange design. I've never worked on a Chrysler thing like this before, and I'm surprised, you know, it's curious, their designs, I'll say. But in order to get this latch assembly like on and off of here, it doesn't like bolt to this. It's got this little top rail, and then it's got, let's see, right down here, like this other white rail. And you have to first slide this top rail into this thing. So let's slide that guy in there. There we go. And then once that is in there, then you can get this bottom one. Let's see, we got a rod kind of stuck behind here. He's eager to get back in his home. But then we can get this bottom one, I think, into here. This is pretty tough to do with one hand. But let's see. Come on. Come on. Get in there, bud. Or did that one come out? Maybe that one came out first. I don't remember how this happened. Okay, so this actually is indeed the stupidest design to retain a door latch, because if you put this top retainer in first, then the bottom one like won't go in here because it's just a little bit too low to get in there. And I think I mean it's gonna border on, oh, you know what, maybe I can snap it in here. Can it just snap in like straight in there? Will that work? I kind of feel like maybe that's the trick. Let's see here. I'll bet that's it. You put this top one in, and then we snap this one in. But again, with one hand, I just can't quite squeeze that enough. All right, so it's confirmed. The trick is to first insert this top part, and then you basically just grab on down here, and you push really hard, clamp this together, and this bottom part will snap in there. And then put the rods back on here. Then this door panel is ready to go back onto the door. Well, I've got the door panel mocked back up in here, and I've got the latch bolted in. I've got a few bolts up here just started to hold this panel on, and then I bolted the window regulator back in to make sure that's all lined up and the window's not going to drop down now. And I've got the window and lock switch and mirror switch just plugged in here. Let's see here, it would normally sit like this in the van. And the most important thing is, will this lock and unlock with the buttons? And it is. So that's exciting. So the latch is installed, the power locks work again now. So that's a big relief. I'm gonna put everything back together and wrap this job up. Well, I got the door panel back together here and all the screws back in, all these areas. Back together was pretty easy, but coming apart was a bit of a challenge because it's just kind of odd how it all goes together, and it's odd that you gotta take the panel off, then take like an inner door panel off to get to the latch, but I got it done. So now, let's see if this will lock and unlock with the key, which it wouldn't do before. So lock, which it does. Unlock, that works. So I'm happy with that. And I better try the window out too, since I took all that apart. Let's see here. Turn the key on. And let's see, window up. Window down. Make sure it goes all the way down. All right. Back up again. Try the passenger window. Yep. So we are good. So I hope you found that video helpful, and if you are placing a latch on your Chrysler Town Country or Dodge Caravan or whatever other variants these vans are, leave a comment if you found an easier way to get access to this, or maybe there's an easier way to get the latch on there, or maybe you really struggled and this video helped you and saved the day for getting it together. Leave a comment if that helped you. But thanks for watching. Have a good day. See you next time.